Alright, this is how I micro adjust my table saw fence. I have a digital caliper here, just a El Cheapo digital caliper. And I have a scrap piece of hardwood with a perpendicular facing on one side and some various stops, if you will. And what this does is it allows me to set it in place. This bar rests firmly in between these two stops on either side, and then I push this piece all the way up this direction with this fence. Now you still have play if you mash it like this, but it rests in there pretty decently, and this is just scrap wood, like I said. And what I do is push this arm this way and the body opposite as far as it'll go to this particular stop, and I zero it out. And let's say I measured my piece and I need to move over 20 thousandths of an inch with the fence. I don't have it clamped here, but what I do is I push it up against the fence until the indicator changes just a slight amount, like so. That way I know I have good contact. I clamp this side down and I zero it out. Now before I do all this, let me just say this. When I clamp my fence down, it moves a little bit. Let me do that a couple times so I know how much. Depending on which orientation you have it, earlier I had it moving over, yeah, right there. See, it moves over about 2 thousandths of an inch when I clamp it down. That means my fence is just not perfect. But anyway, what I can do is zero this out, and this is a lot more accurate the closer you are to the bottom side of your fence. I've got it up here where you can see it. But I need to move it over 20 thousandths of an inch, so I loosen my fence and I tap it over, and the indicator tells me 20 thousandths. Now I'll get close. I went too far there. I normally get close by about 2, clamp it down, and that's how much my fence normally moves. Like I said, I've just got this sitting up here where you can see it, and this is not even clamped down. But that's a cheap little way for you to get accurate movement one direction. Obviously you can't go back that way with the same indicator unless you just pull it out. But this is what I do. Instead of buying a $20 dial indicator, this is the only time I need precision measurement left and right. So I just threw this together to save myself 20 bucks. But if you've got one of these digital calipers, you can do the same. It's a very easy method. And just be sure to clamp this down, that way this doesn't move on you like it did for me.